So, good evening. Good evening. It's Friday. You know how we roll on a Friday. And especially after a win, a convincing win. In the end, it was convincing. It weren't great to watch. But we have an all-star lineup, minus Afzal today. He's sunning himself in sunny Dubai. So good luck to him and his wife. But Kenny, back again. How you doing, man?
I'm all good. All good. We didn't have a good day on Wednesday. We didn't have a good day because we lost... someone who we had a lot of time for, Colin Newell, aka Heavy D. Someone I went to infant school in Crouch End, so a terrible time. And one thing Colin taught us is that be yourself and don't let people try and change you to be the person they want you to be. Just be yourself, enjoy yourself. Life's too short. And and to all these people, just remember one thing, right? When you say things horrible about people, remember you can't take it back if something happens to them.
No, it's true, man. It's true. And RIP to him, man. Sad times, bro. You listen, live life to the fullest. Fuck what anyone says about you. Do what makes you happy. At the end of the day, it's your life. Nobody else can change that, innit? But there we go. Evening, Claude. New surroundings. Better lighting.
New surroundings. Hey? No. I don't have a haircut. I'm always bald now, so I don't have a haircut. It's a second what Kenny's saying about Heavy D. I spoke to him three weeks ago. Looking forward to his new role. He's going to get a new acting role. Really looking forward to it. He wanted me to do filming with him as well. And then I hear this news on Wednesday, and it just took me so much. You know what to say. It's not easy, but as Kenny says, he lived life to the full. He couldn't care about it. He's a character.
Yeah, man.
Funny, lovely guy, and always had time. And to be honest with you, when I was down, he was one of the first to phone me to see if I was all right. So
exactly.
Rest in peace.
Exactly. Well said. Thank you to Robert as well, who just bought the Bergkamp t-shirt. Before I come to Chig real quick, thank you to Chig's long-lost Greek-Norwegian brother for the donation.
I like the picture at least. Looks like I'm talking about something passionately.
And real quick, seeing as man just bought the t-shirt. And thank you. Everyone who has ordered a t-shirt before today, or a hoodie before today, that has already been shipped. If you order today, it'll be shipped on Monday. 30% off. Bergkamp Wonderland. Let's get on it. Walking in a Bergkamp Wonderland. We've got the Christmas edition merch. LG30 discount. You've got until Monday to use that code. Link for that is in the description, so make sure you check it out. Evening, Chig. We can see you on camera tonight.
We can, yes. Nicely baby shaven.
Yeah, man. Looking fresh. Looking fresh, baby. You sound a lot better as well.
I'm getting there. Definitely. Sleep helped. I had a lot of sleep yesterday, so I can't even complain. But yeah, I think, just to echo the guys, that I didn't personally know Heavy D, but obviously who doesn't know of him? And, you can't help but think about your own situation. Obviously, everyone knows I'm a big guy. So when you are someone who's a big guy and you've just seen a big guy who's not maybe 10 years older than me, 12 years older than me, who's not that much older than me, does make you think about your own situation. So I think if there's one thing good that I hope comes out of it, it makes me train harder, work harder, to lose weight and get myself in some decent shape. So that's what I plan to do. Yeah,
man. Well, listen, new year, new starts and all that, innit? We've got a new year coming up. We're not far off the new year. Just do what you got to do, bruv, at the end of the day. And I need to slow down on my smoking. I know that much. Although I do enjoy smoking, but I do need to get a little bit healthier, bruv. I was walking up the hill with a couple of bags of shopping the other day. I could barely breathe when I got to the top of the hill. I'm so fit, it's unbelievable. But there we go. Evening, Zach. How you doing, buddy?
Good evening, mate. Good evening. And yeah, not too bad, mate. Again, just echo what the lads have said about Heavy D, Colin. Just really, really sad news this week. I'll share a little story really quickly with you. A couple of years ago, when I was in a bit of a depression, I suffer with depression a little bit, and Colin and I, Heavy D and I, were DMing and stuff, and he was doing. It was about this time of year. I think he was doing a pantomime, Aladdin, and there was a video that he posted, and I knew it would make me laugh. So every time I felt down, I went to watch that 1 minute clip of him just joking around, just messing around as he used to do. But I knew that I would start laughing. And every time I felt down, I went and watched that video, and it just changed my energy. And that's the power of somebody like Colin, who was always, what we saw of him, he was always happy, he's always friendly to everyone. And honestly, the amount of hate that he used to get online was disgusting. And I just, he will be sorely missed. He will be really, really sorely missed. And to be honest, I love the guy. I thought he was brilliant, and I thought, for the amount of stick that he got, he very, very rarely gave it back. And I thought, I've tweeted about that in the past. I thought it was absolutely fantastic. And you know what? The world is a lesser place, without him. And if the world had a few more Collins in this world, I think it would be a better place. That's for sure.
No, well said, all of you, man. I agree with all of that. Listen, I've met him a few times. I've stopped him from getting in a punch up a few times. I told him to chill out, just chill, don't get so angry. But no, listen, a lot of people, like you said, people on social media can be nasty little fuckers at times, mate. Yeah, and he used to laugh it all off. So fair play to him, man. And like I said, I've only met him a couple of times, maybe 4 or 5 times. Every time I've met him, he's been sweet as a nut, and he was always welcoming, man. And tragic news.
Yeah, and that win yesterday was for him.
Yeah, man.
Definitely.
Yeah,
and
amen for that.
And it's kind of it. Listen, it's never easy when somebody passes away, but the fact that the news came out the same day of one of the greatest footballers we've ever seen is kind of ironic, really, isn't it? It's kind of like Maradona, same day. It's mad.
But, I tweeted.
It was trending at one point, which is really weird to see.
I tweeted, "Rest in peace to 2 absolute legends."
Yeah, man. There we go. Listen, we did have a game last night, and I'll start with Kenny. What were your thoughts? Give me your quick little breakdown, Kenny, of the game last night.
I must admit, the first half, right, it was 0-0, right. Reece Nelson, got in good position. Keeper made a save. Pepe had loads of space to operate in, and we looked a bit more solid. But it was like you watched the first half and you got really angry because it was like you're so used to watching us playing boring football that even when we were on the front foot, we still looked uninspiring. You looked at that chance, right, where Mulder should have gone in front. I don't know how the guy contrived to actually. It was actually easy. It was actually more difficult for him to miss it, and he actually achieved the impossible. Maybe he was scared of getting caught with a post. But the whole first half, not happy. And if you look at the second half as well, we won 3-0, but the 3 bits of quality came from, basically 4 players really. You can't not mention Joe Willett for the 2 assists. You can't not mention the brilliant finish by Pepe, brilliant finish by Nelson, and also the brightest thing, the thing that really excited me a lot was Balogun scoring, because I was getting really angry with our manager because of his team selections, because Mulder were offering us nothing. They weren't even laying a glove on us. Yeah, they worked their nuts off, but in the last third, they posed very little danger of anything. So when I looked at, Balogun not getting a chance, because we know what Eddie can do. We know what Lacazette can do. What's the point of bringing that lad all the way from London to Norway? You're trying to persuade him to be part of your family, get him to sign a new contract. Well, that's not really a good audition for him to sign a new contract when he can't even get, a lot of game time in your team, where your team was really comfortable. We scored our second goal with about half an hour to go, and he still couldn't even get a game in the last 10 minutes. His first touch, 30 seconds, goal. And I think that's one of the things is that you've won the game, but you still feel really frustrated and angry at the manager because of his team selection, because he's not making use of the youngsters we have. you know, Emil Smith-Rowe, when is he going to get a game? Balogun, are we really going to trust our youngsters with this manager? I have my doubts. I really don't know.
Well said, mate. I can't lie. I was shocked when I see Lacazette and Eddie starting, because they start a lot of league games. He's had enough. Look, he's gone. He said his bit, bounced. But I was shocked when I see them both starting, because they get a lot of league games. So I was like, okay, so why aren't we playing this Balogun guy? But Claude, what did you make of the young guns last night? Not so much the older lot, but obviously Smith-Rowe came on, got an assist real quick. Joe Willock, again, the shining light in the Europa League campaign this season for us, really. And then obviously Balogun doing more in 2 touches than Lacazette's done in 2 months. What did you make of it?
Probably more comfortable, because let's face it, the level is not the same as the Premier League at the moment, is it? It's a very poor level, the Europa League, until it gets to the later stages, of course, when the other teams join in. But I thought they done really well. I thought they showed. I thought the Balogun, the way he took the ball down, turn and shot, you know, that was Lacazette. It would have been flew off his boot, wouldn't it, or something? And I thought brilliant, fantastic, and it's good for me. I hope he gets at least on the bench on Sunday. You know, at least on the bench. He deserves to be on the bench, because at the end of the day, I think why are these players still getting picked all the time in a really poor form? It's like it's inconsistency on it all. I mean, I don't think I've seen Lacazette. It's about, he started the season really well. I mean, he got a couple of goals, but since then he's really been poor, and I don't know why he keeps getting picked time and time again. Smith-Rowe, was delighted to see Smith-Rowe play. I like Smith-Rowe. I think he's a good one for the future. And I thought Reece Nelson played really well last night as well. I thought
he was my man of the match. I thought
he was excellent last night, Reece Nelson. But he needs he's still young, so he's not gonna be consistent every game. But puzzled about Mustafi getting the captain.
Oh mate, I was flipping. I can't lie. I went in, mate. I was not happy. Yeah, I was not happy. But
I understand this, right? We've got a young kid called Ballard there. I think they really reckon this guy. Even at international levels, really done well for. Is it Northern Ireland he's playing for at the moment? I don't watch, but I've been told that he's really hitting it off at international level as well.
He's gone on loan, hasn't he?
Yeah, I don't know why we didn't get him in, because I'm sure he's better than what we've got at this present moment. Apart from Gabriel.
It's mad. Who was your man of the match last night, Claude?
I'm going to give it Pepe. I think Pepe was excellent last night. He was, even in the first half, he was always looking for the ball. Great finish for the goal. Unlucky with one effort as well, but he was buzzing about the place. He looked really interested. He looked really on it last night, and it's a shame that he's going to be out for 3 games in the league. But I know a lot of people say, well, they say, yeah, but when it comes back to the league level, he's not good. But he's not been played consistently. It's another one that doesn't get played consistently. In one game, drop the next for Willian or whatever. But apparently Willian is injured still, isn't he? Willian's injured still.
Yeah, I think so. I haven't seen the full update. I don't know if I know that they got stuck at the airport last night. Their flight was cancelled, so they didn't get back.
It's a shame now, because it would have been excellent. It would have been the next few games. He would have been definitely in, wouldn't he? Because I think Saka's injured as well, isn't he? Saka.
Yeah, just waiting on the updates from both, really, just to find out the full extent.
So that would have been a perfect opportunity to carry on. And second half, I thought first half it was awful. First half was awful, to be honest with you. We seem to be like that, don't we? We play one half. We seem to play one half of football, all right, okay, but we can't keep it up for 90 minutes. But other than that, I thought that my main man was Pepe, followed by Reece. And I like that little cameo by Balogun for the goal. I thought that was great as well. So,
yeah, man.
Overall, listen, let's be honest. They're not the greatest opposition, are they? Really, in this Europa League, it's awful opposition. And I would have liked Balogun to start last night, wouldn't it? Would it hurt him to start last night?
Exactly. And let me come on to Chig with that, because you know, in this group chat, we've got a certain guy who's sat underneath you right now who's been crying out for Balogun for weeks and months. Yeah. Yeah. And I see the voice message. I'm going to come to you in a minute, Zach. Yeah. But I see the messages. There you go. That's why he should play. Like, it must be mad for a player that's like sitting there and seeing Eddie stink the whole gaff out. Yeah. For weeks and weeks, not getting, and you're not getting your chance. And then obviously Lacazette can't do anything recently by the looks of it either. How far do you think this guy can go? Because there's a lot of talk around this Balogun chick, yeah? And I don't want to get to the point where we're gassing him up and he flops, because the reason I say that is if you look at Eddie Nketiah's stats at Chelsea before he came to us, yeah, and then look at Eddie in our under 23s, under 18s, whatever it was, he absolutely hammers Balogun out the ballpark with stats for goals. Under 21s or 23s, whatever it is for England, he's a different player. But from what I see from Balogun, I said this with Rance earlier when I was doing his show, that goal, I don't think he caught it as sweet as it looked first time round. The keeper had a bit of a mare. But the first touch and spin was so Jermaine Defoe-esque, yeah?
Hello?
Hello?
Hey, it's not my thing, is it?
Commercial, Lee's frozen.
Lee's frozen.
Well, the show must go on, lads.
The show must go on.
The show must go on.
Well, I think I know where he was going anyway. Lee likes asking 5-minute questions. Basically, for me, and Zach will know this, me and Kenny kind of talked about Balogun for a long time. Sometimes one thing you can't. I must admit, I've never really gone on about Eddie, because it's one thing scoring goals, but sometimes it's about the quality of the player, and quality always tends to shine through more than goals to me. You know.
Oh, we lost Chig.
What's happening here?
Kenny, what's going on, man?
I don't know, man. I'm still here. Are you here?
I'm here. I don't know where everyone else has gone. Oh dear. It's all fun and games tonight.
Yeah, I think people's connections, isn't it?
Could be, yeah. YouTube is playing up. Lee is not going to be happy.
Well, definitely. But you know, like in terms of like Balogun, you know, at work, my
yeah, you said, yeah,
because you know one of the ladies at work, Elaine, she's one who actually got me talking about Balogun. Said, "Oh, Kenny, there's this guy. He's really good. I'm his landlady. Blah blah. He's doing really well. I see him in the under 23s. He's going to be the next best thing. We all think big of him."
What's happened here?
Kenny,
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so,
I know, mate.
So
YouTube.
That was my introduction into following Balogun.
I'm hopeful. I'm really optimistic with Balogun, and there's no guarantee that he's going to make it into the first team and be a success. But I do like what I see. I see like a clinical finisher. He's deadly. Because you know what? He reminds me when we signed Lacazette, right? I thought finally we got a killer in the box, right? Obviously, that turned out to be completely wrong opinion.
I mean, he's a sharp, almost selfish.
Right, what's happening?
I don't know. Did you just cut off yourself, or was it?
No, we get cut off. We got cut off.
I don't think it's going to work, lads.
Hey,
I don't think this is going to work.
I don't understand what's happening.
You know what I suggest, right?
Yeah.
What I suggest? Should we do it? Should we do it about 9 o'clock, or should we do it tomorrow?
I don't know. I don't know what's happening with Lee. What he's done? Lee's in control here. I don't know where he's gone.
Yeah, because we've lost Chig as well.
Oh, is
There
Lee?
he goes. What's happening? All right, Lee.
Lee?
I don't get it.
Can you hear us, mate?
Yeah, you can hear us.
I don't think he can.
I don't get it. Oh, you're all back. We're all back. What happened there?
Mate,
No,
that
we
was
were
nuts.
taken off. We was all taken off for some
Was
reason.
I? Mate, so was I. We all got kicked off.
Chig's not back yet, but
I literally have no idea what happened, but it kicked all of us off and I had to come out. My Wi-Fi is working fine because all the comments are still going. Yeah? Literally have no idea what just happened.
oh
Do you
dear.
think you've been hacked or something?
No, I ain't been hacked. You can't hack this anyway. You need the code. It sends a code to my email because there's no password. It's just a code. Yeah, when it comes to my email. I don't know what happened. Literally for 5 minutes straight. Yeah, I could see you all, but I couldn't hear any of you. And I'm sat on screen looking at myself. But I went on YouTube and I went on the screen. It was just a black dial, a little dial going around the black screen. So yeah, I don't know what happened there, but everyone stuck with it. Nobody left. We're still over 500 people watching, which is kind of mad.
We better carry on then, isn't it?
Yeah, where's Chig?
Well, I don't know where he is. He'll be back.
Chig's gone. Sabotage. I literally don't know what happened. Honestly, Tapas Pulis hacked you. Mate, that's mad. I'm gonna have to I'm gonna have to try and chop that bit out afterwards.
Yeah,
because
chop it
otherwise,
out.
for 5 minutes, everyone's just gonna be sitting there looking at a black screen.
By the way, this would be interesting to you. England need 180 to win the one day, the 2020. with that.
Yeah, because I've been watching a bit of it because Faf du Plessis and what's his name? He was doing really well. You know,
No cricket talk.
We're banned from doing cricket.
Yeah, we're banning cricket. I don't know where
cricket.
Chig is, but let me come to you, Zach, while we wait for Chig to come back in. Same again for you about Balogun. Let me put that question to you, and I'll change Chig's ones up.
Well, what was the question?
Obviously, you've been crying out for him to start for months in the group chat, yeah?
Yeah.
And he came on, and just before we cut off, I said, you know what? The way he finished that chance, it wasn't so much the finish, because I think he scuffed it a little bit, yeah? Right? Yeah. But it was the fact that he already knew what he was going to do as soon as that ball came. It was an instinctive swivel, first touch, bang. And do you know what you remind me of? I said this to Rance earlier on. Yeah, it was Jermaine Defoe. That was Jermaine Defoe, bro. The amount of times I used to see Jermaine Defoe back to goal, swivel, bang, all in one movement. Yeah, and I don't want to gas him up too much, but what do you make of him?
Here's my take on it. I've wanted Balogun to get a chance for at least a year now. Not because I think he's guaranteed to be successful in the first team. I just think the lack of quality that we have at the moment in the striking positions means that you've got nothing to lose by giving Balogun a shot, because Eddie Nketiah is not it. Neither is Lacazette. You know that. For me, Balogun is like a killer in the box. He needs one chance and he scores. He's the kind of player that I thought Lacazette was going to be when we signed him. Obviously, that didn't work out the way I expected it. But I really like Balogun, and I really, really hope he gets a chance now to really prove his worth. The only thing I would say is, I know we were talking about this in the group chat earlier. I'm almost 99.99% certain he's not going to be in the squad against Wolves, right? We've got to expect for him not to be in the squad. Anyone who's expecting him to be on the bench, forget it. He's not going to be there, right? Because we know, history tells us, Arteta can see players drop man of the match performances in the Europa League, like Joe Willock, 2 weeks in a row, and he gets dropped from the league squad completely. So what we got to rein in our expectations a little bit, because I think the next time we'll see Balogun is in the Europa League, and he'll be on the bench, and he'll probably get 15 minutes, right? But we can get him to sign a contract. I'm really hopeful about this kid. I think he could be really, really like clinical in front of goal. I think that's what we need, because at the moment, I look at our strikers. I think Martinelli's our best striker, right? I think Balogun is up there, and I think Aubameyang is the next one in terms of strikers. I think those should be our three. I think Eddie and Nketiah and Lacazette should be sold in January.
Yeah, no, I agree with selling both of them 100%. The thing is, it depends where you want to play Aubameyang, because this manager, for some reason, don't want to play him up front. So based on what you just said about Martinelli, I'd have to agree. Because
Martinelli, right, is levels above Eddie Nketiah. I'll give you an example. You see that ball that Pepe put in yesterday for Eddie Nketiah? He just a header, right? You remember those headers that Martinelli was in Europa League and the League Cup? He was getting one header and he was just smashing it in the top corner. He's a killer in front of goal, Martinelli, yeah? I don't trust Arteta to manage him properly, but that's a conversation for another day. At the moment, as soon as Martinelli
you're really lagging, Zach. You're really lagging on your voice, mate.
Oh, really? I don't know. Well, maybe go to Chig and then come back to me.
I can hear it clearly.
Yeah, me too. Bro.
This is mad. I don't know what's going on with StreamYard tonight, but it is taking liberties. Let me come to Chig, who's froze by the looks of it.
What?
No,
this is going really well, isn't it?
Mate, it's your side, mate. I don't think I'm frozen.
Chig, you're lagging as well. Why is this moving mad? Chig, you're lagging. You froze as well. Everyone's froze.
Yeah, I think
it's froze.
This is a joke.
I suspect this is you, mate, because I'm hearing everyone
This
else.
is an absolute joke.
Can you hear us, Lee?
I swear down. This is taking the fucking piss. Everyone's froze again. Can you hear me, Zach?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
What is fucking going? This is jokes. Can you hear me, Zach? I have no idea what this is doing today. Seriously, this is fucking pissing me off.
Can you hear me, Lee?
Kenny, I can hear you.
Can everyone in the chat still hear me, yeah?
I can hear you, mate, but you can't hear
I can hear you. I can hear you, Lee.
This is a liberty, man. Is this part of the process I'm trusting? This is totally ruining. Look, it's not even loading them up.
Chig's back.
Part of the process.
Right, back. Chig's back. Just so you know, this ain't my Wi-Fi. That's my upload speed, by the way. Yeah? Can you see that?
It's not like it's
Can you see it? Look at
You can see it, yeah.
downloads and uploads. Look. Yeah? There's nothing wrong with my internet. It's running at 400 and 300 meg. Yeah? It's this platform. There's a problem with it by the looks of it. This is killing the fucking flow of the show, though. Seriously. Anyway, Chig, can you hear me?
I can hear you, yes.
Right, I'm going to have to cut some of this show afterwards as well, because we can't have 10 minutes of fucking
technical.
But yeah.
I was taken out there for a minute.
No, I kicked everyone out because everyone froze.
All right.
Yeah.
The funny thing is, it only froze on your side. It didn't freeze on anyone else's side. Even the chat was saying,
yeah,
we were going to carry on the show without it.
Zach, the chat room said,
I'm off then. I'll see you later.
I'm just saying. But
no, Chig, let me come to you, yeah?
Yeah,
let me
get these Balogun thoughts out.
Yeah,
for me,
so
you'll know this, and all of us in the chat room will know this. Me and Kenny kind of talked about this guy for a long time, just purely on the basis that sometimes it's not about being prolific. You know, I don't remember Martinelli and anyone ever talking about him being particularly prolific, but people had heard rumors that, you know, he was quality and that he had a certain amount of quality about him. For me, what I liked about Balogun is that he apparently has a very selfish mindset on the field, which I love, by the way. If you're a striker, for me, you should be the most selfish motherfucker on the pitch, because all you're trying to do is score goals. That's your single most mindset, is to score goals. And I think
I am listening, yeah.
And I think some of the best strikers in the world who are prolific and, you know, who are dangerous and who you are terrified of, quite frankly, are selfish. You look at people like Ibrahimovic,
Harry
right?
Kane.
Or Harry Kane, yeah. People will say, people will get confused. Don't get me wrong. Yes, they bring players into that, you know, sometimes they'll, you know, Harry Kane has been assisting a lot recently. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about someone that has a very single mindset of scoring a goal or doing something that will help score a goal. This is the sort of mindset that I've been told reliably by a lot of people that Balogun has. So that's why I've been such a heavy hitter of, you know, I just love to see a little bit more of him because, you know, much like Zach, I don't see it in Eddie. I don't. Funny enough, I really wish I was wrong as well because I love youngsters getting a chance and carrying the baton and doing well. But Eddie was someone I saw. I think that where I lost complete faith in Eddie Nketiah was when I actually went to the Emirates. What was it, a year and a half ago? And he played against Tottenham. He was playing on that right-hand side. And the boy just looked lost. Like he didn't know what to do. He didn't know how to adapt. And that kind of made me think, oh, okay, you don't really have a footballing brain there. You just know how to kind of, you just know how to play your position.
The thing with Eddie for me, he hasn't got that one attribute that stand out.
Yeah.
So he hasn't got blistering pace. He's not a great finisher. He's not good in the air. He's not great at holding the ball up. He's just sort of average at everything. But we need someone who's going to be standout. And I think where Balogun, he may have some flaws in his game, but I think you're right.
100%.
Yeah.
Word of warning, boys. Word of warning. Remember, we go on, but remember when Eddie first come on, like Balogun, came on the pitch, scored 2 goals. Everyone was raving him up to be a brilliant. So we've got to be very careful before we jump the gun. You know,
that was the Norwich game. The Norwich game, was it?
Yeah, the Norwich.
Sorry to cut you all off. Yeah, sorry to cut you all off. Right, I literally can't hear a word anyone's saying because it's fucking real lagging. But I've just gone on YouTube and it's going fine on YouTube. Yeah, like you guys just chat for 5 minutes while I reset the Wi-Fi box and come out of this. Yeah,
okay.
All right, mate.
Because I literally can't understand a word anyone's saying.
We might get more views.
I'll be literally just
See in a bit. He can't hear us.
Yeah, you're right, Claude, with the whole, when he came on, he obviously made a big impact. He scored 2 goals very quickly, and I think people were very excited for the future. You know what, for me, I don't know about anyone else. When he scored those 2 goals, I was just happy for him. I never thought to myself, oh, here we've got an amazing new striker. Because I was watching him throughout that game, and even when he came on very briefly, I thought the movement was actually very good. That's probably his one attribute. I think the guy will run all day long for you. I think he does a lot of running. His work rate is excellent. Yeah. But I never really thought to myself, oh, he looks like a quality striker. Did anyone else think that?
Guys, let me ask you all this, right? Contrast your initial feelings when Martinelli first came in the team as a striker compared to when Eddie first came in. Just not from a analytical point of view, but from an emotional point of view. Tell me how you all felt. I know when Martinelli came in and was banging in goals, I thought we got one hell of a striker in our hands. I never had that feeling with Eddie. I've never had that feeling.
Yeah. You know what? That's a very good comparison. Yeah. With when Martinelli started scoring those goals, the Chelsea goal, I thought to myself, oh, okay. We've got a superstar on our hands.
Yeah.
Yes.
Did he score a goal like that in pre-season as well, Martinelli? Because when I look at Martinelli play, I just think that he's wasted as a centre forward. I think he could play the whole forward. He could do a lot more than playing his back goal. I think he could do that. He could head, but he could run from deep. He could like play. Left forward, right forward. I think he could play the whole forward line.
So ironically, apparently there are rumours that him and Arteta are a little bit at odds in the sense that Arteta thinks he can be an out-and-out centre forward, whereas Martinelli prefers to play, ironically, in Aubameyang's current role, which is on the left.
For me, Martinelli can play, as Kenny was alluding to, He can play all along the front line. He can even play behind the strikers and number
Just give
10.
him that free role,
In
man.
fact, I think that's his best role, just behind striker. Imagine a Balogun up front. You've got Martinelli in the hole because he's got such quick feet and he's so direct. He reminds me a little bit of Alexis Sanchez and Luis Suarez, that type of player. And defenders hate playing against those type of players. So it's really exciting, Martin, for me. But
it's all about getting the right coach to nurture them and nurture them through. And at the moment, the coach we have at the moment is, there's a lot of delusions about this coach in that he's got a lot of time and then we trust the process. He hasn't got time at all because results. He has to get in the Champions League. He has to win the Europa League. Now, let's face it. The group we're in is very friendly because we're a seeded team. Last 32, we're going to get a friendly result. So we're going to get in the last 16. That's when we play kind of better teams. And then quarterfinals and that's where Arteta's is going to earn his money. But let's face it, if we're not, you never know what can happen in the Premier League because anyone can make a run. But it looks like the Europa League has got to be the be all and end all of everything for the club.
Yeah.
And if he doesn't win the Europa League, then he has to be replaced because he hasn't got us in the Champions League. Now the problem with the thing is, right, is that you can say it's a good thing or you can say it's a bad thing. What we need moving forward is a coach who can get the best out of these players and say, right, we've got these players that we think are going to do well, like Smith Rose, Balogun's, your Martinelli's, blah blah. You want to give them long-term contracts, and then we can see we can build from there. I think what everyone's doing at Arsenal, we're waiting for players like Mustafi and the Ozils to carve the books, and then we start again. That's a waste of a season. I don't understand why we didn't just pay him off and just said get lost. Why is it only at Arsenal that players can run their contracts?
Kenny, honestly, right, my take on it is this. We're at a real big crossroads at the moment. Arteta, he can go one of two ways right now, right? He can carry on putting his faith in all the players that we know are not good enough. Lacazette, Nketiah, Bellerin, Holding, Xhaka, all these players. Or El Neni. Or he can say, right, do you know what? If I put my faith in those players, I'm going to get the sack within 2 months, right? So I need to go a different route. And that route is Martinelli, Balogun, Willock, Reece, Pepe back in the team. Maybe bring Saliba in. I think he's got to change it.
But you know what it is with what the team suggested? If Arteta did that, I think people who have serious doubts about his credentials and his man management, I think he'll get more time from certain people in here because I think, you know what, he's going the right way. And
Absolutely.
Going the right way because what's happened is he is getting rid of the dross. He's boom. That's when you can say, well, it is actually a process because you're getting new blood in. You're promoting the youngsters. But if you're just starting a process with players who, let's face it, fans are dissatisfied with, we know that in terms of they're not going to improve the club, they're not going to improve as players, and they're probably better suited in another league or another team. That's where people like myself can say, well, hang on it, no. But you know what I mean? And trust me, I'll have a little bit more time for him. I'm still going to be in the results business, but and that's what I don't understand. I don't understand because, my argument with Mesut Ozil was he didn't rate Mesut Ozil. He's not in the team, but you still got to play him because he's still in contract. And I've always been against that because I was thinking if the player knows that he's not wanted, then he's not going to give his all for the football team, even as a professional. You know what I mean? And that's why I've always wanted to be clear at because I don't see how any manager can be serious about progressing the team forward, trying to win big trophies with players that don't really rate. I don't get it.
I agree, Kenny. I think you're bang on. I'm the biggest Arteta critic, right, that I know, apart from maybe Lee. And even what you said, I agree with. If he played the youngsters and we were mid-table right now, I would say, well, look, I don't mind having a year of transition. But if you're going to stick with the dross that's got us into this mess for 4, 5, 6, 7 years, what is the point in that? We know what the end result is, right? The end result is you're going to get the sack, yeah? And you're going to get the sack sooner rather than later. And we've been through that enough times now, with Wenger the last few years, Emery. We don't want to go through that again, which is why we get so frustrated, because we've got all the... Go on, Kenny. Go on.
But see, that's the thing, but that's the problem. And that's one of the reasons why we wanted the experience, because we generally thought that maybe with an experienced manager, two things will happen. He'll get the best out of these players because they wouldn't dare not, because they know that there is actual consequences if they don't perform to their task. Or he'll just say, or you could just, get a little sword, a samurai sword, and go boom, boom, off you go. And by the way, you're not sitting out your contract. Get lost. I'm not even going to let you train. I'm not going to let you train at the football club. Stay away from the club and train your own. And then that will make them go. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But what? And that's why we wanted a bit of experience. But now we've got a manager who first year he wants to be friends with the players. Now he's got serious issues with his man management. I can think about 3 or 4 issues which are gonna be his epitaph as Arsenal coach. Saliba, that's an issue. Guendouzi, Ozil's an issue. And
Ainsley
Knowles, that's going to be a man management problem as well. Willian's going to be a man management problem in terms of things of the squad. And you look at Xhaka, he was left out of the last 2 games because they preferred them El Neni. So he's going to be a management problem. And that's all culminating with us losing football matches. So, he's made a rod through his own back, the club manager.
Yeah. Lee's back. Hello,
Hopefully,
Lee.
we're not going to have any more issues.
The rat is back.
Yeah, the rat is back. Yeah, the rats assemble, rat army. I was just listening backstage to what you got, or not backstage, on my phone while I rebooted that. Everything you said spot on. Yeah, I can't stand this manager. Yeah, but if he was playing Willock and he was playing Reece, and not that I particularly rate either of them two, but you could see a different direction that he was taking rather than going with, let's put Granit Xhaka in every week. Let's put Mustafi in. Let's go with Louise every week. Let's go with, even though I'm not dead against Willian right yet, he's been crap since he's been here. Yeah, and I expected a whole lot more from him. I'm really.
But mate, Lee, that's stubbornness, isn't it? That you're not dead against Willian because
no. The reason I say that, Zach, is I expected a lot more from him from what I've seen of him at Chelsea. Yeah,
when he was rubbish at Chelsea, mate. Go and speak to Chelsea fans.
Oh yeah, Chelsea fans were telling me in the chat every day, you're going to see a big eye opener on Willian, and he's been crap. Every one of them's right.
Mate. He's shit. I told you about this, and
you did.
The problem is,
you still want that apology.
Is that a half?
He's still waiting for it. He can still wait. I'll give it another 10 games, and I might apologise.
10 games.
No, I mean over the whole season, because hopefully he ain't going to play 10 more games. Honestly, right now. Yeah, you're bang on with what you said about Willian. Yeah, you didn't want him at all. I said I wouldn't have gone out and got Willian, but the fact that he was coming, okay, cool, I can see that. If it was going to be a case, which it hasn't been, that he was going to be a bench player and he was going to come on for Pepe with 20 minutes to go, he was going to come on for Reece with 20 minutes to go. He hasn't been that yet, and that ain't his fault. That's the manager's fault, because the manager keeps picking him. He ain't picking himself. Yeah, in the games that he's played, he's been fucking shit. Yeah, absolutely shit. But again, that is down to the manager because he keeps picking his favourites. And just coming back to what you guys said, if he played Balogun instead of Eddie, I'm not going to get too gassed about Balogun yet. Yeah, he's scored a goal. He must be right up there. He must be buzzing his tits off today that he scored his first goal. Yeah, but the fact that he came on last night and looked instinctive in the box when we've seen Lacazette looking clumsy. We've seen Eddie just looking out of his depth. Both of them two have done absolutely nothing to warrant getting games at this football club. Willian right now doesn't warrant a start in the next couple of games at all. Yeah, that should be, well, obviously Pepe can't get in. Even though I don't really rate Reece Nelson, last night I thought he was brilliant. He deserves a go. And if the manager did that and played Smith Rowe, where's Smith Rowe been up until this point, by the way? Like, he's not been injured. He's been training every week.
For me, the slap in the face it will be to Smith Rowe, but even to Reece Nelson and to Balogun, you're not even on the bench.
Expect it, Chig, as I said.
I believe me, I expect it, but the slap on the face, it shows that this man is not willing to learn anything from his mistakes, not willing to learn a damn thing. Because it's not like we're so spoiled of choice. I mean, leave him out.
Yeah, Lee, let me make this really quick point while I remember. I'm going to do the unthinkable. I'm going to do the unthinkable, right? I'm going to praise Mikel Arteta for something, right?
Yeah.
Here it is. I praise Mikel Arteta for the way he responded to Nicolas Pepe's red card, right? So he's given him the chance in the next game to say, go on then, mate, prove everybody wrong. And he came out in his pre-match conference and press conference, and he said, look, he's got a chance now. I believe in him. And Nicolas Pepe would have listened to those words, right? He would have said, right, I've got the manager's backing now. I've got a chance straight away. There's not a big gap where I'm dwelling on it for weeks. I've got my chance. I'm back in the starting lineup. The manager's had a word with me and said he believes in me. And Pepe's had that chance and he's gone out and done it, right? So I praise Arteta for that, because when Pepe got that red card, he all saw the reaction of the fans. Sell him in January was the rhetoric. That was the narrative from the big fan camps. Sell him in January, which I think was a disgrace. My big fear was Arteta would have taken the same narrative as those Arsenal fans and completely given up on Nicolas Pepe. So fair play to Mikel Arteta, giving him the chance in the very next game to literally silence all the critics. Now we can put it behind us. This isn't a thing anymore with Nicolas Pepe, right? He's proven the critics wrong now. Just by that one game, he needs to now push forward. So I praise Arteta for that, and I don't give Mikel Arteta praise very often. In this instance, I do.
Well, no, fair play to you. And listen, I did that last night. I thought his substitutions last night were spot on, every single one of them. Claude, what do you think on this whole Pepe situation? Because people were going on like he killed family members and all that the other day. Yeah, and obviously he's come out and got a good performance. What do you think, mate?
There weren't. See, this is what I'm saying. It's strange, isn't it? Because there was never a thing about when Vieira done that to spat on Ruddock. Was it Neil Ruddock? No one went mad over that, did they? Or when Dennis started with his elbow in Lomas's face, there was no thing about that. I think it's just easy to pick on. He's an easy player to pick on at the moment. Maybe because he's not been playing that regularly. Maybe he's not been playing that well. I don't know what it is, but I find it incredible. I mean, maybe it's because now we've got social media. That's what it's all about. Now we have to attack people. I think it's disgusting the way that they racially abused him on that.
I agree.
Like it was disgusting that they racially abused the Leeds player as well. I don't understand. I don't know why. What sort of world were we living in at the moment? Why they like that? But listen, I'm glad he's got his. He played well before that, by the way. Was it the home game? Was it the home game? He played quite well in that as well. So, and then of course, what happened at the weekend set him back a bit. I like him. I always say with foreign players though, coming into the English league, give them one season at least. I remember Robert Perez when he came into the Premier League, at least till the end of the first season, and then he started. I mean, that was the Spurs game. He really came alive, didn't he? And after that, he moved on. But I always give some players adapt quickly. Some players take a while.
Claude, sorry to disturb it, Claude. You know, one thing you forgot: Thierry for the first 3 months at Arsenal was useless. It was useless. He couldn't hit a barn door. I'll tell you one thing. He couldn't get a cream of a pudding. He was awful. Awful.
Then he scored that goal at Southampton, and that gave him a lift.
Even then, he was awful. It was one game where Arsenal, he was up against like Kanu, Burkhardt, Davil Suker, and everything, and Mark Overmars. And then what's happened? Arsene Wenger played him against Derby up front, centre forward. He scored 2 goals. Never looked back from then on. It was a Sunday game. I remember it.
Then you go back to Dennis Bergkamp as well. A couple of months it took.
Dennis had a slow start. It's true.
Then the Southampton game. In fact, I think Helder played well in that game. I think as well.
8 games without a goal, Dennis, and then that Southampton game, brilliant. 2 goals against Southampton. Brilliant. Yeah.
But here's the thing, though, guys. We talk like Pepe's had a slow start. Look at his numbers.
Yeah.
They're not that slow.
No.
I'm wondering what people thought Pepe was going to come and do. Did you think he was going to come and bang in 30 goals or something? He's not done that badly.
I think he's a victim of the fact that
Price tag.
no, I think he's a victim of. He's a victim of the fact of our decline. Because when we, like if you look at Arsenal, right? Say, dare I say, under Arsene, 70% possession, domination on the front foot, and then towards the end of his reign, we're giving up possession. Under Unai Emery, it was very inconsistent. Under this manager now, we're lucky we get 50% possession. So with players like Pepe, if you're not always in possession, you're not on the front foot, he has to go looking for the ball. And then when he gets the ball, the little times he gets the ball, he's expected to do something spectacular. When say Chig, you're in a position, you're calling for the ball, and you want to do he wants that pass, something simple, because he's not going to get the.
It's a good point, Kenny. It's a really good point, and I agree. We're not a possession team anymore.
It just freeze for a second.
Guys, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Go on, mate.
Oh, frozen.
You're
Go
frozen,
on,
Kenny.
mate. He's gone.
I thought to me that Willian gets a free ride as well. He gets a free ride. He's been awful.
Yeah.
Pepe seems to get a lot of this stick.
I want to read this comment out real quick, because it says again it was against Mulder. I want to see the performance against big teams. When he battered Man United, absolutely run Man United ragged. Man United
I hate
ragged.
people that make this point. I hate
He ran Man City ragged in the semi-final. And he was
and Chelsea in the final.
Talk to Van Dijk about Pepe.
Yeah. When I was speaking to Rance earlier, and I said about that game, we were talking about Pepe, and I said to him, look, we remember the banter about, I want him, and then the video came out of him, and it was presence, blood, and all that rubbish, right? At the end of the day, this guy is the only guy in our team that has to do it consistently.
Exactly.
Why doesn't Bellerin have to do it consistently?
Exactly.
Why doesn't David Luiz? David Luiz has been sent off 4 times for Arsenal in a year.
And I've got news for you people who think that Pepe is useless. Guess what? If your precious Aubameyang's not doing it, no one else is doing it.
See, you spot on there because guys. Can you hear me, guys?
Yeah. Go on.
Yeah,
you're spot on there. After the Crystal Palace game, when we played them at Selhurst Park away game, I went on the fan cams and I said, "Oh, hang on here, the captain's let ourselves down because we can actually win that game." I got DMs on Instagram saying, "How dare you have a go at Aubameyang? How dare you?" Tottenham game when Pepe was getting criticised and so was Kolasinac for their part in Song's equaliser. I said, "Well, hang on here. I know you're going to have a go at Pepe. You're going to have a go at Song, but hang on here. What did Aubameyang do that game? Apart from hitting the bar, he did nothing. Where is his criticism? Like 2 weeks ago, again when we lost against Villa, people were forming an orderly queue to throw stones at Willian and Lacazette. I didn't hear anything for Aubameyang.
Exactly.
Lacazette went a year away from home without a goal, right? Yeah. Another thing that hasn't helped Pepe is Hector Bellerin. I can't remember the game.
Yes.
But there was a stat at the end of the game that said Bellerin did not pass one time to Pepe. And they
don't work well together. I said that to Lee yesterday.
And Chig, the problem I have, right, when Ainsley Maitland-Niles was playing right back, and it was, the United game, Lee, that you were referring to, Pepe was man of the match, right? And Niles was at right back, and they had such a good link-up.
Yeah, I've said that to Lee before on so many occasions.
I don't know why Arteta...
There are 2 partnerships that I think Arteta dramatically undervalues. And that is Ainsley Maitland-Niles and Pepe, and Saka and Aubameyang.
No, Chig, Saka and Martinelli.
Yeah, right? Saka and Martinelli were ripping it up.
Partnership.
But here's the thing. You're right. Don't get me wrong. I think they work better together because they're younger, they're more on the wavelength and stuff. But it seems to be this misconception that Lacazette and Aubameyang can work well together.
No, it's a myth.
And for me, I don't think they actually do. I don't think they work well together at all.
I agree. It's their bromance, isn't it? It's all a PR stunt.
Yeah, but the thing is, when they played together under Emery, Emery was still playing Aubameyang left wing, but he didn't say stay on the left wing. He said go and join Lacazette. Yeah, and if you look, he won the Golden Boot that season, and Lacazette won Player of the Season. Yeah, and they were feeding off each other. Now we've got a case where we're keeping him stuck out on that left wing, hoping he jinks inside and pings one in. Well, you can't do that all the time. And then if he does go and float into that central, like into the box, and we get a break against us, he's now out of position, and it's our left back 1-on-1 or 1-on-2. Yeah, and that's the problem that this manager's got to figure out, because maybe he's doing it until Martinelli gets back, and then he might put Aubameyang up front and put Martinelli on the wing. But for me, Tierney's got to be left back, Saka left wing all day long, or Martinelli. Yeah.
See, the thing is, Lee, though, the manager tactically, he doesn't have to play Aubameyang and get Aubameyang to track back. He doesn't need to, because he's got strength there on that left-hand side where it's hard to get the overload. You got a left-sided centre half in Gabriel. You got Tierney there, and plus you got Saka. That's enough cover. Aubameyang's not required to do that. Our problem is down our right-hand side where Bellerin and Rob Holding get overloaded. You look at the goal against Aston Villa. All the goals against Aston Villa came on on our right-hand side. And if you look at other games, in other games where we've been really poor, it's down that right-hand side where teams overload us.
The Leicester game as well, yeah.
Yeah. So and see that's where Aubameyang can have that license. Where Kevin has that license. Pepe won't get that license and that's probably why he's scared of playing Pepe, because he wants to play his mate Willian. Because Willian, if he said to Willian, go and stay on that right-hand side and protect my boys, I'll play him. Now, I'm not giving him a bye because I don't think it's workable, because even with Willian in the side, that right-hand side still gets overloaded. And it's probably going to get overloaded see. I get on Arsenal's right-hand side, overload them, and you're laughing. You know what I mean?
Spot on. But the thing is as well, is like if you look at the players we've got in them winger positions, right? It's even more baffling that he plays Aubameyang out on the left, because he can't dribble. Yeah, he's not one of these. I can't remember who said it the other day. It might have been one of you guys. I might be wrong, but somebody said that he's not one of these players like an Henry that can jink past a man, hold a man off with his upper body strength, do something spectacular.
I bet Rank said that.
I can't remember who it was. I heard somebody say it the other day, big up whoever it was, but he said that he ain't going to be that Henry type guy that's going to dribble past you, take 3 men on, score some unbelievable goal. He is an instinctive in and around the penalty box finisher with his movement as well on top of that, which is fantastic. We're wasting the last couple of years of this geezer at the top level, by dumping him out on the wing when we've got a young kid in Saka, a young kid in Martinelli, albeit he's injured. We could even throw Reece and Pepe into the mix. You could have Willian as backup. There's 5 wingers we've got straight away without putting Aubameyang out there. That's why I'm for this manager, because if another manager come in, Aubameyang ain't left wing.
Lee, the problem I have with Aubameyang, right, is not so much where he's playing necessarily.
There you go. It was Terry from Football Terrace.
You know what it is? It's his mentality. I don't think he's got a winner's mentality, mate, because you think about, he had the opportunity to join Barcelona, right? And you look at this Arsenal setup, and he stayed at this football club over joining Barcelona. That tells me all I need to know about his mentality, about winning big trophies. I don't think it's in him, mate. I don't think he cares if he retires without winning a league title. Has he ever won a league title in his life? I don't think he has he? And that tells me a lot, because I think he's more interested. I can't remember which game it was. We lost, and then the day after he was beefing on social media with Tony Kroos, right? That's our captain. That's Arsenal Football Club's captain. Show a bit of respect to the fans. You've just been mullered at home. It might be the Villa game. Got 3-0, right? Next day, he's on social media, mate, beefing it up like he's a kid in the playground. You're Arsenal captain, and I don't think he's got it in him. I don't think he's a winner. I think it's a bigger problem than his position. I think we've got a big problem in our hands, because Arteta will flog him to death. He's not going to drop him. If Aubameyang went the next 10 games without scoring, he'd still be in the team. That's a big problem. 100%. That's a big problem for
but that's why we all wanted a really high profile manager, because the best example of this is Berbatov at Man United under Fergie. Yeah, he got him for 30-odd million quid. He smashed it, won Golden Boot. The following season, Fergie benched him most of it and then flogged him. Yeah. Because he knew he had one good season left in him, which would win Fergie a fucking title. Yeah. I'm not saying get rid of Aubameyang, because I think Aubameyang's brilliant in the box. Outside the box, does nothing. Yeah. You know, when he got sent off at Palace, people going, oh yeah, well it was, he shouldn't fucking be in that position.
Is he really brilliant in the box, Lee? Do you see that chance the other day?
No, Zach, come on, man.
Well, hang on. No, wait, Lee, let me just say this point, right?
Here we go.
He's got a really good goal scoring record. Don't get me wrong, for Arsenal, right? Really good. I hold my hands up. But there are times when I look at him, that chance against Leeds, it wasn't like he didn't even. He scuffed it so badly. I don't think he's as good as everyone makes out in terms of his finishing.
Yeah, but bruv, at the same time, I watched Chelsea against Newcastle the other day. Timo Werner missed 3 sitters in that game, like literally goals that he would bang in for fun in Germany. Yeah, right. So they've all got it. I've seen Messi miss open goals. I've seen Ronaldo miss open goals. Do you know what I'm saying? The one against Aubameyang should have buried in stoppage time.
Yeah, but Lee, my point is, if you look back at all the finishes that over the years in this Premier League, right? Ian Wright, Bobby Fowler, Van Nistelrooy, those killers in the box. Aubameyang's not even on that level. So when we're talking about is he a brilliant finisher, I don't think he is. I think he's a really good finisher, but he's not a Robbie Fowler or an Ian Wright or a. Do you know what I mean?
We have said that before, Lee. We have said that before ourselves. But we don't think he's a natural.
Yeah, that's my point.
The one thing I will give him is that his movement will always allow him to have
his movement's the best of any striker in the Premier League.
Yeah, he's got very good attacking movement. When he's
Vardy's movement kills Aubameyang's, mate. Go and watch Jamie Vardy play football. His movement is unbelievable. Aubameyang's movement's not even the same league as Jamie Vardy.
Yeah, but how many times? Yeah, but Zach, how many times has Jamie Vardy played left wing?
I think his first. I hear what you're saying. I think under Pearson, he's in the first season of Premiership.
Kenny's froze again.
Kenny's frozen.
Your internet does not like you today.
Kenny's gone. He's gone again. This is going well, this stream, isn't it? What do you make of Aubameyang, Claude? What do you think?
Well, he's been poor, hasn't he? He's been really poor. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I get the feeling he don't really want to be here. Don't ask me. Something. He wanted to move. I don't even think he wanted to come to us in the first place. I think when he was all set to go to Atletico Madrid, and then because they had that transfer ban.
No, that was Lacazette, mate. That was Lacazette.
Well, I thought you were talking about Lacazette. Sorry.
No, it's Aubameyang.
You talking about Aubameyang?
No,
is he frozen now as well?
Aubameyang. No, I think he's been poor, but he gets a free pass, doesn't he? Because he's Aubameyang. I think any other play would have been by now, but I think he's been very. Can you hear me all right?
Yeah, you're lagging a little bit, but yeah.
Don't trust Lee when he says.
No, it looks like I'm going off now.
No,
I'm going so well on here.
I can hear you, mate. I can hear.
I'm just looking at the screen. That all that thing about Maradona in Naples is incredible. Incredible.
Oh, it's mad.
Right, it's mad. That's really crazy.
Talking about proper, there's one right there. Maradona, proper footballer, proper player. But let's come on to.
Was he the best of all time? Was he the best of all time?
Messi.
For me,
Messi for me.
Messi's better than Maradona.
Yeah. No way. No way.
It depends when you grow up, doesn't it? For my dad, he is 100%.
See, my old man reckons Messi. And my old man's seen George Best, Duncan Edwards, Cruyff,
Zidane.
Did you hear what Gary Lineker said the other night? They were going over Maradona. what he done with the ball.
Kicking it up in the air. Yeah, kicking it up in the air.
He comes straight and he said he had never seen anything like it. Never seen anything like. You got to remember when he was playing, you could foul from behind. You could get kicked all over the place.
Yeah,
Yes,
right.
Mate, look at the World Cup when they kicked him out of the World Cup.
And even Lineker said the pitch at the when they played England when they played them when he scored those 2 goals, the pitch was awful. He said that it was it kept cutting up all over the place. The pitch was getting cutting up, and he said, and he still could show that sort of control. So no, I can't believe anyone could even say Messi. Not insane. No way.
I just want to clear this up real quick. Messi stayed in one league, and if you go and have a look at Barcelona's record, we did this on a stream the other day, nobody ever will get anywhere close to breaking the record that he scored in terms of goals for the biggest team in the world. I think he scored over double the amount of goals to the previous top goal scorer. Yeah, he's at the biggest club in the world. He's smashed every record, you know. And another thing I want to say very quickly is I see people say that because he hasn't won a World Cup, Messi, that he can't be considered the greatest. Well, George Best never won a World Cup. I don't think he even played in a World Cup at all, did he? Yeah, he might.
No, he didn't. For his Northern Ireland.
The only thing I will counter that, Lee, on the you saying he scored all these goals, but you've got to also remember now that I think the defending now to what it was years ago is
it's shocking. The defending's dead. Defending's been dead since the 90s.
It's now based. Football's now based on attacking football. Even if you look at the fullbacks, it's just all fullbacks don't defend now. It's all attacking. There's no real. There's no real concentration on defence. It's all about attacking football now, isn't it? So I think it's a bit harsh to compare goals that he scored to what Maradona scored. I think overall, to me, Maradona.
The one point I'd make about Messi is Barcelona have always been a great team when he's played in there, but the Argentina team haven't been great and he struggled. Maradona, I was only 4 in '86, but people have told me that 86 Argentinian team was not great.
Yeah.
Kenny and Claude.
He carried them.
So
he carried them. So
the point I'm trying to make is Messi has probably had better Argentinian teams and still not done it on the world stage. And that
you said, Zach, I'm going to counter that. You said that he ain't done it on the world stage, right?
Oh, World Cup.
He's won Copa Americas with Argentina. Is their all-time top goal scorer for Argentina. He single-handedly carried them to a World Cup final. Yeah, let's not forget they did get to a World Cup final.
He wasn't that good. He wasn't that great in that World Cup.
He got. I think he got player of the tournament in that tournament. I think he got top goal scorer in that tournament as well.
Really?
I remember his goal against Nigeria in that tournament. What a fucking goal that was! Yeah, Chigga, remember that? Yeah. You're on mute. Yeah.
Kevin makes a good point. The defending in the leagues now, the Premier League, the league, it's
shocking. But the one thing I would say,
that amazing in that tournament that you're talking about.
Say again, mate.
Entertainment.
I don't remember him being that amazing.
Yeah, exactly, Chig.
Entertainment, don't we, Kenny?
Chig, make that point that you're just making, Chig. Go on.
I don't remember him being that amazing. In fact, I remember them being specific criticism because up until the game that we played them against, I think he hadn't scored a goal. And people
I don't think he was top goal scorer either.
Yeah. I don't remember him being that amazing.
Lee, you're spitting lies on the street.
Hang on. I'm going to ruin all your dreams right now. Watch this.
I don't remember.
I could be wrong, but I don't remember him being that amazing.
Hang on. I'll tell you what Messi's won. I'll tell you what he's won.
We know what he's won, but it was whether he's good in that World Cup or not.
He's been to 3 Copa America finals and a World Cup final. Oh, he's lost every one. Apologies. He won an Olympic gold medal.
Oh, there you go. He's lost every one.
So did Kanu. What's your point?
Okay, so he's took him to 4. He's took him to 4 major finals. Yeah. And let's be real, they've got fucking Otamendi.
No, hang on a second, Lee.
He's worse than Mustafi.
No, hang on. How do you know he's taken them to? I remember. This is not. Just make it up.
Wait. Okay, wait.
Did you watch any of the Copa America games?
Wait a sec. Wait a second. I'm going to find his international record, yeah?
He single-handedly carried.
How did we get on
Here we go. International record. How many? No, that's his trophies for Barcelona. I see his international record on Twitter the other day, yeah? Right? He's the all-time top goal scorer for Argentina. Granted, you're playing against some shit teams in these little tournaments. I get it. But at the same time, we're playing against fucking the likes of San Marino in qualifiers, yeah? So, you know, it's the same thing, isn't it? Yeah. But when you look at Argentina's team now, or the teams he's played in, yeah, let's be real here. Otamendi is a shit centre-back. He's worse than Mustafi. You can't legislate for Higuain spooning sitters in finals, yeah? If they were Messi on the end of them fucking chances, they win everything.
Hang on, Lee, he had a chance extra time, though, which he fluffed.
Look at Kenny hit him with the
Yes, Kenny.
He did. I can't even deny that. He did.
Anyway.
No one is
Hey,
saying Messi's not a great player.
Cristiano Ronaldo's better than him anyway. Cristiano's the best player in the world anyway.
Ronaldo has one more.
Better than him. Ronaldo's a striker. My man's a number 10. He's got more goals, more assists. Yeah, I think Ronaldo does him on hat tricks by about 2. Yeah, the goals tally is ridiculous. The strike rate's ridiculous, and Messi's a number 10. Yeah, Messi's clear, exactly. Messi, but it's always a debate. And do you know what the mad thing is? Yeah, we are so lucky that we're the age we're at, that we've actually seen all of these ballers, bruv. Yeah, because the ballers now, nowhere near.
Lee, I disagree.
We haven't seen another Maradona.
I disagree, though, that we're lucky to watch Messi and Ronaldo. I couldn't give a. I'm going to not swear, but I couldn't give a rat's ass about watching Messi or Ronaldo, right? I'm Arsenal Football Club. We're Arsenal fans. And yeah, I get what you're saying.
Fans, that. Come on, man. You need to chill with
it. But we are football fans. But in the grand scheme of things, Messi being brilliant it's insignificant to me. I'm an Arsenal fan. I want Bergkamps. I want Henrys. I want Van Persie's. Do you know what I mean? Can I?
This guy comes in my chat all the time. I'm not going to try and pronounce his surname, yeah, but big up Bambo, yeah. Can I just say, yeah, when people use this trophy with internationals as a reference, yeah, does that mean Mustafi is a better centre back than Maldini?
No, but Lee, the difference is Ronaldo was class when Portugal won the Euro.
Ronaldo didn't even play in the final.
He single carried
the final. He was the cheerleader.
He carried them.
He was injured.
He got them there, though. Yeah, he got them there.
Messi carried Argentina to a World Cup final.
No, brother. Did you see Ronaldo in that tournament? He hog-tied them motherfuckers to the final.
Big telling, man.
He absolutely hog-tied them. That's what I would say.
The goal he scored against your nation, bro. Yeah, my man done that.
I'll be the first to say it. But that was his first goal. That was his first goal. That's why I remember. Messi went that good in that tournament.
Then he scored a free kick after that. Then he scored other goals in that. And my man says Messi's a right winger. He was a right winger. He's more of a CAM now, isn't it? In fact, he's more of a fucking CM.
Listen,
Lee
clearly has that Messi.
Watch. Thank you very much. The real one confirms I was fucking right. He won the golden ball at that World Cup. Thank you very much.
At that World Cup.
Yeah, Lee.
The golden ball. He dragged them to the final.
Do you think Mesut Ozil led Germany to the World Cup winning team? Mesut Ozil
did fuck all in that game, in all of them games. Yeah, but if you look at Messi, he won the golden ball. Yeah, he did what he could do. It's not his fault. Otamendi's shit. Yeah, and Zabaleta and all them.
The irony is, I do think Messi's better than Ronaldo.
Yeah,
I just don't like the way he remembers Messi. That's all.
No, I look at Messi. You know what? When I look at Messi, I look at Messi and I think you are one of the most naturally gifted talents we're ever going to see. But not only that, you've got the work rate, and he must practice free. If you go onto YouTube, right, and Google and go on it and type in Messi free kick compilations, he's scored hundreds. You go on there and do Messi left foot screamers, he scored hundreds. Messi chips, he scored hundreds. Yeah. You can't do that for many players, bro. He's got everything. He can dribble. He can take the piss on dribbling, yeah? It's like he's got Velcro on his boot. Yeah, so, when you look at Ronaldo's graft a bit harder, because he wasn't naturally as gifted, but his work rate, with his talent that he had, he's still talented, don't get me wrong. Yeah?
So going back to the original question, where does Maradona fall for you? Because you must remember something from him.
Do you know what? I grew up in his latter years, So when I judge a player on on what I've seen, that's how I do it on what I've seen of them. Yeah. I was born same year as Zach, 82. Yeah. So 86 when the whole hand of God thing happened, we were 4. I don't remember that.
I was 1. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. I don't remember that. Yeah. I remember. Do you know what? It's kind of sad. I remember '94 World Cup when he ran up to the camera with his eyes bulging out. Yeah. Fucking off his trolley. But that shows how good he was, bruv. He was fucked on gear all the time, and he was still running rings around everyone. Yeah. Yeah. Same with George Best, pissed out of his head every day. Still fucking best player on the park. Yeah. So when I've seen Messi, I've seen Messi's whole career, bruv. Yeah. So I can judge Messi on this whole career. I can't judge Maradona on what I didn't see.
Lee, the best player I've seen in my lifetime, this could be controversial, is Brazilian Ronaldo. He's
he's in there. Bro,
I would definitely say he's in the conversation.
Bro, to go to Old Trafford, score a hat-trick, and the whole of Old Trafford stand up and give it one of them ones, yeah? You know you're a special player, mate, because they don't do that.
He's the best player I've seen in my lifetime.
Yeah, look, my wifey says Ronaldo and Messi make each other better. Exactly. She thinks, nah, sorry, we're not having this conversation. You just fancy Ronaldo more than Messi. Sit back down. Yeah, do you know what I mean? Yeah. Third greatest of all time, Maradona. See, it's hard when you
top 3, top 4.
See, you can't deny how good a player he was. And when you see the footage, it is mad. Like some of the shit that guy could do. And let's be real, he's lived his life to the fullest, mate. Yeah. Like I'm not even I'm the only thing I'm surprised is that he stayed until he was 60. Yeah. Because the lifestyle that guy has lived, mate, I expected him long gone time ago. Yeah. So he's done well to get to 60. But the fact that they've named the stadium after him, the fucking turnout, and what he done with Naples. I watched that Maradona on I think it was Netflix with wifey, yeah. Bruv, it was mad. Like, and Claude, you've met him. The guy from what's his name? The agent guy. What's his name? Smith. What's his fucking name? He used to be Maradona's agent. That's him. He used to be Maradona's agent, and he was his agent when he transferred him to Napoli. Sound as fuck, that guy, yeah.
Ross is dead.
That's him. Yeah. He was his agent when he transferred him.
I've got his book. I've got his book and all the deals that he done. It's a really good book. Yeah.
He's a nice fella, that guy. Really nice guy. Yeah, but he was telling us, he was there, I think. He was telling us about the deal when he done it with Maradona, and he went to Naples. Gets over there, they all pull out their straps, put them on the table, and they went, you can leave now, he's ours. It was like, see you later, coat on, gone. But mate, when you watch that Maradona on Netflix, the documentary, mate, it is unbelievable how he is treated. And do you know what, they've done 4 days of national mourning in Argentina, that is how fucking good a player he was.
Is that on Netflix, Lee?
I think it's on Netflix.
You just got to look in Naples at the moment, mate. They've got.
It's a madness. It's a madness, mate. But do you know what? He took that team, and this is. I get why people say Maradona. I'm not saying Maradona's shit, or of course I'm not, mate. Fucking, I just don't. I think Messi's better because I've seen Messi's whole career. I've not seen Maradona's, but when you look at it and when you see what he did at Naples, it was fucking mad. He's took that tiny little club at the time onto winning Scudettos, mate. Like, that's mad. On his own. Yeah, on his own pretty much. So you John Smith, that's it. John Smith, his name is, You can't underestimate what he's brought to world football in his lifetime. Same with other players. Johan Cruyff, like, I weren't in that era. My old man's told me about Johan Cruyff, Eusebio, Pele, all of these fucking top ballers, bruv. Like, no, I've lived in the era where I've seen Ruud Gullit, Ronaldinho, Messi, Ronaldo, Zidane, they're R9, Romario.
Lee, in terms of Arsenal, right, the best player for me that I've seen in my lifetime for Arsenal is Dennis Bergkamp. By a million miles, different planet. I know people say Thierry Henry, but for me, Dennis Bergkamp was on a different planet to everyone I've seen.
Brilliant. Bergkamp was brilliant, mate. And the thing is, that, like, I get it. When people sit there and say, "Oh, Henry's better," it's because they didn't see the whole of Bergkamp's career. They've only seen the whole of Henry's career, which is the same.
Bergkamp peaked in '98, right?
He was brilliant,
unplayable. Mate. It was we won the double. It was just brilliant. Brilliant player.
There you go. Big up Jez. Jez is a lot older than me. Yeah, he says Pele's the best he's ever seen. Sorry. But no, listen, we could sit here and talk about all these great players. It's mad. And do you know what? I'm so glad the amount of turnout that I've seen for Maradona, man. Yeah, because it doesn't matter who you are. If you just enjoy football, it doesn't matter what team you support, mate. That's going to have hit you. And when I see that news, mate, I was like, boy, fucking Maradona. But like I said, I'm surprised that he outlasted what I thought he was going to do because of what he does, like, off the pitch. Yeah, like, it's mad. And I remember that World Cup where he had all that white powder hanging off the balcony and that. Yeah, like, he just didn't give a fuck, mate. The guy couldn't care less.
Lee, I remember when I was traveling in South America, I went to a game in Argentina in Buenos Aires, and Maradona was there, right, on the balcony, and he was like a king. Yeah, he was like a god. All the fans, they were going crazy. It was a Boca game, and
I'd love to go to Boca Juniors game, man.
Mate, that stadium was crazy, man. And Maradona was there. I could barely see him, but they just treated him like an absolute god, man. He was a legend for them, you know. It was more than just a footballer. It was like it was one of those players that transcends football. Yeah, you know what I mean, it was like that thing, you know. Sometimes, you know, when you went to Arsenal games back in the day, and it was like, it was more than just football. It was like a religion, basically. That's what Maradona was like for the Argentinian people.
There'll never be another one, that's for sure. Apparently, it's on Amazon now. It was on Channel 4 or Channel 5 when we watched it. It's about 2 hours long, mate. Yeah, it was one of the quickest things I've ever watched. I was like, oh, mate, I want another 2 hours.
I'll check it out. Yeah,
check it out, man. It's fucking brilliant. Absolutely class. But let's have a little look ahead to the weekend game before we wrap this up. 900 people nearly watching over all platforms. So make sure you firstly stick a like on the video, you rats. Not even fucking 250. That's a disgrace. Make sure you subscribe.
How long have we been going on for?
Ages, man. You got your podcast, Kenny, haven't you? It's 7.
Oh no, that's what.
Kenny, go now. Charge your phone, man. Go on.
No. What I want to say in terms of like my tip for Wolves. One of the things we need to do, right? If Wolves attack us down our right hand side and keep on going down there, we've had it. Yeah. Sorry, mate. Sorry. Even because I don't. The problem we have with Bellerin and Azimate Knowles, one can defend, one is slightly better going forward, and that's the problem. That's the conundrum we have with those right backs. If we can morph them in together, we've got the best right back in the world.
No, Bellerin's not that great going forward either, can he?
He's slightly better. He's slightly better than Ainsley, though, isn't he?
If I was the Wolves manager, I'd stick the juiced up Iwobi on Bellerin's side rather than sticking him on the Tierney side. I'll stick him straight at Bellerin.
Someone was watching Everton last week, weren't they?
Lee, I apologise for this. It's nothing to do with me, mate. I'm not.
Anyway,
what do you mean,
guys,
mate?
I'll see you guys later.
Yeah, Kenny, appreciate it.
Hello, Kenny. Lee, you know what?
Fine, mate. I can hear you fine. Well, what's your thoughts for Sunday, Claude?
It's interesting to see what team. I don't know what the injuries are. I mean, is Saka? Is he injured now?
Saka's fit, I think.
They reckon that Saka and Partey are still unlikely.
Oh, really?
Well, it gives us not many options now. We have to play. Is William? What's happening with Willian? Is he back? Is he injured as well? Isn't he?
I hope not. I hope he's not back.
That's why he went off at half time.
David Luiz went off injured. Yeah, David Luiz went off. Partey could be injured.
Willian went off injured last week, didn't they?
Willian could be injured. So yeah, it's not going well, is it?
No, but that's a good thing if Willian's injured, Lee.
No,
I think we got enough.
Yeah. Do you reckon we'll win?
I think we might have Reece Nelson have played. Maybe. I don't know. I think Joe Willock will get another go, wouldn't he? So I'd be interested to see how we play. It'd be a tough game. Wolves are a good side, man. A good side. They'll make it difficult for us. They're not a very expansive side, are they? They've
been shy of goals this season, same as us. Yeah,
we're quite functional side.
It's got 0-0 written all over it.
It could be quite a long evening. I couldn't be surprised if it's 0-0 or 1-0 either way. To be honest with you.
What do you reckon? Chief?
Yeah, I think like Claude said, I think it's going to be a difficult grind of a game. I think they'll be there to frustrate. They may try to cause problems. So I think from an aerial point of view, you may get Wolves generally try to impose themselves on us as much as possible. But other than that, I think generally speaking, I think it's not impossible to win the game. It is at home, technically. So let's see what happens. I think just to be a bit brave and for Arteta to go against his normal tried and tested. Just throw something different in there. That's all I want. So yeah.
Interesting what system he plays on. It'd be interesting to see what sort of system he plays. Will he go for the back again, or will he go back to 3 again? I don't know.
He'll probably park the bus again, mate. That's what he does in the league games. Parks the bus. What do you reckon, Zach? What do you think to Sunday?
I'm actually a little bit more optimistic than the chaps. I think he's abandoned the back 5 now for the smaller. I think for the big games, he still might do it away from home. But I think now he's going to go 4 at the back.
What, with Louise?
No, I think he'll go Gabriel, Holding, Bellerin and Tierney, which isn't the best back 4, but I think just having a back 4 in itself is better than a back 5. And I think if Saka is fit, I've got a feeling he might play Saka as a number 10 if he's fit. And then he'll play. And I think, I'm slightly optimistic actually about the Wolves game. The only problem I have, if Willian is fit and he plays, that's a big negative for me. That's a real big negative because I think Reece Nelson deserves a chance to start. And I think, I don't see why you would drop Reece. He deserves a chance on the flat.
Yeah, after his performance last night, he deserves a go, doesn't he? He can't do any worse than William, mate.
He does.
I'd love Reece to start
and we're not
Balogun to be on the bench.
And we're not sitting here saying that Reece is going to be the answer and he's all this, but he deserves a chance now. As Chig said, let's just for once not do what everyone expects Arteta to do. Because we could name Arteta's starting lineup like the back 4 that I just said, right? Then his lineup would be Willian on the right, Aubameyang on the left, and Pepe up front, or Lacazette up front, and it's bullshit. Put a Reece Nelson in, put a Joe Willock in. You know what I mean? Think outside of the box for once, because ultimately everyone kept telling me that Arteta is revolutionary and he's the next big thing. But tell me one revolutionary thing that he's done at this football club since he's joined. I can't think of one.
Yeah, I mean, I said it from the get-go. My worry with Arteta is youngsters. We've not really seen him bring any youngsters on, and this is the first time that he's almost going to have to rely on them in the situation because of the injuries. Now, I would like to see him just be brave, reward good performances. Reece has had a good performance. Why not throw him in there? Why not at this point? How much worse could he possibly be? I've said this before. I'd much rather forgive a manager for playing young players and giving them an opportunity to develop than playing tried and tested and not learning from the tried and tested.
Chig, the meltdown when we see that Reece has been dropped from the squad.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Let me answer this quick before I get it off the screen. Should we go for Dembele from Barca? Not for me. Too injury prone. Big injuries.
I love the talent. He's very, very talented, but
he's good. Not for me.
Better than Willian. So
he's definitely better than
Willian at this point, mate. And let me just find this one. There was another one real quick. There we go. We've got a bit of love for Zach in the building.
He spelled my name wrong, though.
Yeah, he did spell it wrong.
There's no C in it, people. No C in it.
He did spell it wrong. But no, it's going to be a difficult game either way. You know how we do when it's not Europa League. We bore the shit out of everyone. But listen, I'm going to wrap this up. Less than 300 likes, you absolute rats. Make sure you slap a like on the video. Make sure you subscribe to Chig and Claude. Both their links are just underneath the title. Yeah, I couldn't get them in the title because it made the title too long. So the links are just underneath the title in the description. Have you hit 10K yet?
75 away.
Come on, man. Seriously.
Hard grind. Grind.
It's because you keep looking at it. That's why. And also, Zach's Twitter is in the description along with Kenny's as well. So make sure you check that out. I'll be back again at 10 o'clock tonight with Terry from Football Terrace on this channel. He's a guest on my channel for a change. And so, yeah, that should be good. And we'll have a little discussion a bit later on. Then tomorrow, possibly, we're doing the preview. Sorry, Sunday, it's possibly back-to-back watch-alongs because Dammy might be doing a Chelsea Spurs one. I need to contact him, make sure he's on it. And, yeah, I'll jump on that with him for a little bit. And then, obviously, we'll go into the watch-along for Arsenal on Sunday. But, yeah, man, plenty more stuff to come. Make sure you keep hitting the like button. Make sure you keep subscribing. And make sure you are back again at 10 o'clock when I'm live with Terry. And Chig, Zach, Claude, and Kenny, thank you very much as always.
Thanks, everyone. Thanks, Lee.
Have a lovely weekend.
Afsal deserted us. Afsal Chalmers is away on holiday in Dubai again. So,
That's got to come off the group now. I don't want to wish you were here on the group anymore. Wish you were here.
But no, it's bad. Fair play to him. Him and his wife have gone out for dinner, so good luck to him. Fair play. And Dubai looks really hot as well. So he's obviously having a good time out there because everything's back to normal out there. The clubs are open and everything, apparently. So
hey, you always say the clubs are open without any evidence. Remember back
my
in
mate's
the
a DJ in White Dubai, man. He's posting
That's what
out
you said
the
last
club
time.
The other night.
The
What?
clubs are open.
I swear
Yeah,
this
you
guy
can't
always
drink, you can't drink over there. Is that right? You can't have a drink there anyway. You can't drink there, can you?
You can. Here we go. Dubai nightclub. Watch. They had someone there the other night. What's his name? Is an Afro beats guy. Can't remember his name.
White
Nah, hang on. Am I on the right website here? whitedubai.com event calendar. Let's have a look at this. It's open. I'm telling you, it's open, bruv. It's open. There ain't no mucking about in Dubai. They're open, bruv.
I was only winding you up anyway, mate.
Yeah, look, you proper triggered me as well, you joker. Yeah, it's open, man. Look, ladies' night book now. If you want to find some ladies. Who did they have in there the other day? There was somebody in there the other day.
Why was that
No
the first
lady
one?
will look at me at night.
I can't remember who they had in there the other night. Hang on.
Steph, you should be worried. That was the
I
first.
believe you, Lee. I believe you.
What's today's date? The 20th. Hang on. No, it's not the 20th, is it?
27th.
That's who they had in there. Look, Saturday the 14th of November, yeah? Right, which was what, last Saturday? Is that right? That was last Saturday, yeah? They had Afro B in there. See? Come on, it's open,
It's
brother.
virtual, mate. It's virtual.
Virtual, this joker. We're going. I'm out of here. You're a joker, man.
Later.
Take care.
Big up to everyone, though. Thank you very much. We're out of here.